Hello everyone and welcome back to EMP English Hub podcast. We are extremely happy that you are here with us again for another detailed and beginner-friendly English conversation where we use very long and clear sentences so you can carefully follow our discussion and improve your listening and speaking skills step by step.
Hello dear listeners, we truly appreciate your support and your dedication to learning English with us. And in today's episode we are going to talk about travel experiences and dream destinations, which is a very exciting and popular topic in everyday conversations.
Traveling is one of the most common subjects people talk about when they meet someone new, because asking questions like, "Have you ever traveled abroad?" or "What is your favorite country to visit?" can create a friendly and engaging conversation.
Yes, Eric, and this topic is also perfect for practicing the present perfect tense, because when we talk about travel experiences, we often describe things we have done in our lives without saying the exact time.
Let me ask you an interesting question, Jenny. Have you ever traveled to another country that completely changed your perspective about culture, lifestyle, and the way people live their daily lives?
Yes, Eric, I have traveled to several different countries over the years, and each experience taught me something new about cultural diversity, communication styles, and the importance of respecting traditions that are different from my own.
That sounds like a very meaningful experience, and I want our listeners to notice how Jenny used the present perfect tense when she said, "I have traveled," because it shows that the action happened at an unspecified time in the past.
Exactly, Eric, and learners can practice this tense by saying sentences like "I have visited 3 countries" or "I have never traveled by airplane," which are very common expressions in travel conversations.
In my case, I have always dreamed of visiting countries with rich history and beautiful architecture, because I am fascinated by ancient buildings, traditional streets, and museums that tell stories about the past.
That is very interesting, Eric, and when we talk about dream destinations, we can use phrases like "I would love to visit," or "I have always wanted to see," to express future hopes and long-term dreams.
For example, I would love to visit a country where I can experience different cuisines, listen to local music, and communicate with people who speak another language, because traveling helps broaden our understanding of the world.
I completely agree, and I think trying local food is one of the most exciting parts of traveling, because it allows us to explore culture through taste, ingredients, and traditional cooking methods.
Let's teach our listeners a useful question they can ask when talking about travel. For example, they can say, "What was the most memorable trip you have ever taken, and why was it so special for you?"
That is a wonderful question, Eric, because it encourages the other person to give a detailed answer with emotions, personal stories, and descriptive vocabulary that makes the conversation more engaging.
When describing a trip, it is helpful to talk about the location, the activities, the people you met, and how you felt during the experience, because these details create a complete and interesting story.
Yes, and learners should try to use adjectives like beautiful, crowded, peaceful, exciting, unforgettable, or relaxing to make their travel descriptions more vivid and expressive.
Jenny, do you prefer traveling alone or traveling with friends and family, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of each option in your opinion?
I personally prefer traveling with close friends or family members, because sharing experiences, taking photos together, and supporting each other during unexpected situations makes the journey more enjoyable and less stressful.
That makes sense, because traveling with others can create unforgettable memories and strengthen relationships, although sometimes traveling alone can give a person more independence and flexibility.
Yes, Eric, traveling alone allows you to create your own schedule, explore places at your own pace, and spend more time reflecting on your thoughts without distractions.
Another important part of travel conversations is talking about transportation, such as traveling by plane, train, bus, or car, and explaining which method you prefer and why.
For example, someone can say, "I prefer traveling by train because it is comfortable and allows me to enjoy the scenery," which is a simple but effective way to express a personal preference.
Accommodation is also a useful topic, because travelers often discuss whether they stayed in a hotel, a hostel, or a rented apartment, and what their experience was like during their stay.
Yes, and learners can say sentences like, "I stayed in a small hotel near the city center, and the staff were very friendly and helpful," which combines past tense with descriptive details.
Sometimes traveling does not go exactly as planned, and unexpected problems like flight delays, lost luggage, or bad weather can happen, so it is useful to know how to describe these situations in English.
That is true, and when we talk about travel problems, we can use the past simple tense to explain what happened and how we solved the issue, which adds realism to our story.
Despite possible challenges, traveling often teaches us patience, adaptability, and open-mindedness, because we learn to deal with different environments and communicate with people from diverse backgrounds.
I agree completely, and I believe that traveling is not only about visiting new places, but also about personal growth and discovering new aspects of ourselves.
Let's encourage our listeners to practice by answering this question out loud. What is your dream destination, and what activities would you like to do there if you had the opportunity to travel next year?
Yes, dear listeners, try to answer using full and detailed sentences, and remember to explain why that destination attracts you and what makes it special in your imagination.
Practicing these long answers will help you become more comfortable using future forms like, I am going to, I will, and I would like to, which are very common when discussing travel plans.
And the more you practice speaking about your dreams and experiences, the more confident you will feel in real-life conversations with international friends or colleagues.
Traveling also helps improve language skills, because when we visit another country, we often need to ask for directions, order food, or communicate with local people in English or another language.
Yes, and even simple interactions like buying a ticket or asking for help can become valuable learning opportunities that improve both vocabulary and pronunciation.
Before we finish, I want to remind our listeners that even if you cannot travel right now, you can still learn about different cultures by reading books, watching documentaries, or talking to people from other countries online.
That is a very important point, Eric, because learning about the world does not always require a plane ticket, but it does require curiosity, respect, and an open mind.
We hope that today's episode about travel experiences and dream destinations inspired you to practice English with enthusiasm and to share your own stories confidently.
Yes, and remember that every conversation you practice is like a small journey that brings you closer to fluency and better communication skills. Yes, and remember that every conversation you practice is like a small journey that brings you closer to fluency and better communication skills.
Thank you very much for listening to EMP English Hub podcast. We truly value your time and your effort to improve your English with us through these detailed and meaningful conversations.
Please do not forget to subscribe to EMP English Hub podcast, share this episode with anyone who loves learning English, keep practicing every single day, and until our next episode, thank you so much and goodbye.